Hey everybody, I wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about something on my mind this morning about being business friendly, and mainly about District 3 again. Still got this dump on my mind down here, and these jobs, it's kind of being, I guess they're having they're kind of turning their nose up at them, and I understand about the smell, but I looked up on Google, and I punched in Jefferson County, Alabama, business friendly. That's what I punched in. That was my search, and nothing come up necessarily about Jefferson County, but the Alabama Policy Institute come out with a study. It was a 4-year-old article that listed the top 10 most business friendly cities in the state, and it even went down from 1 down to 30. Top the first one down all the way to 30. There was no city in Jefferson County made the top 10. I believe Hoover was 14. And then I think the next closest one was Alabaster, like at 18. And you did start to get into Gardendale was, I think, within the top 30 or something. And the top one was Wetumpka, then around Montgomery. I believe it was Wetumpka. Now, we've got President Trump in the White House, and no matter what you think about him, and I'll tell you right now, the man probably doesn't have a filter about what he says. Alright? And I don't approve of everything he did or done. But the man does understand about relaxing regulation. And like I say, I'm running as a Republican. I am a Republican. And I'm going to have to quit saying things like the Republicans, because I'm one of them. I guess the best word is to use what they use about Washington, the established Republicans in Alabama or Jefferson County. Well, they'll run their mouth about the federal government, and they hide behind, you ask, they'll hide behind the state's rights, federal government's rights. There's this idea of, limited government at the federal level, but they don't want to limit their government here at the local level. But that Toyota, I believe it's a Toyota plant being built up there in Huntsville, isn't it? I believe it's Toyota. And then the Mercedes is down there in Tuscaloosa. There's a Honda plant, I think, out toward Lincoln. It might be a Hyundai. But they get these car plants all around Jefferson County. And District 3's got enough land available to build 2 or 3 of them. Well, they're not coming to Jefferson County for a reason. Jefferson County is not business friendly. They have local restrictions that's worse than the federal government could ever put on these companies. And a lot of these areas are Republican influenced. That gets us back on what the regulations are. Now, a lot of the regulations in your local government is around zoning and what your land use laws. And this property down here is supposed to, where this landfill's at, is out in the middle of an old strip pit. And the issue is what I understand with dumping this stuff is not where they're dumping it, but where they're offloading it off the trains. It's zoned for some pulpwood, for some wood chips or something. You know, that had a restriction on it for that. It wasn't zoned for anything other than that. And I understand enforcing the zoning. I believe in zoning. I also know that when I worked in a year up there at the city of Gardendale, that those zoning ordinances was used to reward and punish the friends of people running the city. And even your building codes was used that way. I'd go out and enforce the code one way to one man according to what the code says, and if I wasn't strict enough, I'd get fussed at about that. And then I'd go over here and make the corrections. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm an idiot. And I'd make the adjustment. I'd say, this is the way we're going to enforce it. And then I'd go and enforce it that way on another man. And then I'd get fussed at about being too strict on him. Stayed up there about a year. My hair started falling out in the stress. Come to find out, it was based on a particular builder and whether or not they was hooked up with the city leaders. And if you was an outside builder up there, well, you just got run through the mill. And they wanted me to be the agent of I call it corruption for them. That's what corruption is, when you treat one person different than another. And I guarantee you down there at this dump, if these people in this business down here would get out and look around, they'll find out where some other activities are going on that doesn't meet the zoning ordinance. And not saying that the zoning shouldn't be enforced. I'm saying it should be enforced across the board. But you have these kind of rules and laws, and then you get people in there that's not the highest, they don't have the highest integrity. This is the way they're going to behave with them. But no matter what happens about that down there now, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get to run their business because they got the money to get on a lawyer and fight it. No matter how this comes out down here, District 3 is not getting any industry. We're not getting any industry because you have these little, I guess what they call cliques in these areas that wants to control everything. They don't just want to influence it. They're not doing it to keep up the high standards of the community. I was told the other night that West Jefferson down there is a little community just waiting to explode. Just a little community waiting to explode. I went on the website on Google and punched in population of West Jefferson, Alabama. It says they don't have but a population of about 300, and their population has failed over the last 10 years. Anybody that knows anything about demographics, when they see a population starting to fall off, that ain't signs of an explosion. There's communities all over Alabama that they're not nowhere near what they was even 50 years ago. There's a community right down the road from West Jefferson called Labuca. It was a mining community. It doesn't exist anymore. And they had houses all up and down that road. When the jobs leave, the people leave. And I don't mean to just go on and on about it, but we're having to compete to keep our communities up. Now, my understanding of competing may be different than yours, and that's okay. We can have a difference of opinion, but you can't have a difference of opinion about the result. Now, if you want your property values to stay up, if you want your city to continue having enough money to support a police force, you've got to have people. You've got to have incomes. And this part of Jefferson County is just lacking in that. There's other issues on the other end of District 3 that are a little different. But it's hard to sit up there in Jefferson County and downtown Birmingham and address the issues of there not being any jobs in a particular area. When the only people you're talking to is people that's got plenty of work and plenty of money. Now, this is something that I'm going to want to address should I become your commissioner. And I've got some ideas about some things. Now, you can't go in there like with me. I can't just go in there as a dictator and snap my fingers and make things happen. I have to work with them other commissioners up there. But my goal is going to be to bring in industry for our district. That's going to be my goal. I'm going to use my influence to do what I can from that position to create a business-friendly environment in District 3. And that's going to be my goal. And like I said, I got some ideas about it. But just know this, that it is your local government. And I put a video out a few months ago about this, about an issue I had in the city of Hueytown. I'm still working through it. It's your local government that hinders business a whole lot more than your federal government. It's local city officials that have their little cliques that they want to take care of, which is okay. And but I don't know that you can do it at the detriment of everybody else, you know. And with these zoning ordinances, there's a study behind them that you can study that I'll tell you about. But they can be used to stimulate growth, or they can be used to kill growth. And I'll say this and I'll let you go. In a community where you have a lot of demand, let's say Hoover, Vestavia, Mountain Brook, you can be very restrictive on your land use ordinances. Because if one doesn't come in, there's another one right behind him. It's kind of like when you've got a business in high demand. When your community is lacking in demand, you've got to loosen up on some of them restrictions. There's no way Brighton, Alabama can be as picky as Vestavia can. Alright? But you go over and try to do business in Brighton, Alabama. They've got ordinances on the books over in Brighton, Alabama. You'd think they got just anybody coming in there wanting to do business. And they never changed. They seen their population start to fall off, and they never changed the way they did business. You become a business-friendly community based upon the demand in your area. You could turn around a falling population and property values falling. You act like Brighton, Alabama, and never get flexible with what the community is saying about your land use ordinances, and you'll end up like Brighton, Alabama. And it'll get so bad that the only people left in there are the people that can't get out. I brought this up in Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove's going to have to do a little, and I live there. Pleasant Grove's going to have to look at their land use ordinances. And they need to look around and see what's going on in the marketplace, that they might can change some land use ordinances to attract some of that. There's a huge RV business right now. RV resorts. I'm talking about resorts. I'm not talking about trailer parks. I'm talking about RV resorts. And there's a lake there in Pleasant Grove that a good one could be built around. But they'd have to work on some zoning. That's just one thing that I've seen. I've stayed in them RV resorts when I'm traveling. A lot of money comes through there in them little communities they serve. That's based on all these baby boomers with all these retirement checks wanting to travel around the country. I'm going to just finish up with that. We're going to have to look at our land use ordinances, and we're going to have to look at what's going on in the marketplace and say, hey, what do we need to change to get some of this business in here? I'll break this down a little bit more in another video, but think about that, and then look online. Google the business-friendly cities in Alabama and see where our area ranks. Thank you.